acquisition. So it's a neat opportunity to talk about this in this context. And I think what you'll find through the next half an hour, and you'll probably find if you're on your own journey of what measurement means to you, there's a lot of differences, a lot of unique elements from each vendor, and it just comes down to knowing the right questions to ask and knowing what you don't know that oftentimes bites you the worst. Mm-hmm. What makes us unique, what makes Kochava unique, we've been really proud of building a company that's sustainable, and we've never taken on outside capital. We've grown to serve some of the top brands in the world, and fantastic business from every metric. So I think that's one of the big things that makes us unique, is just that we've taken the approach that we want to self-fund the business, and we're a little bit different in that we are located in a ski resort town in North Idaho.
Yep.
And we came from the Bay Area. We know the area very well. We've got a lot of good contacts with many of you, but we love being on the mountain.
Are you the only, do you organize the only tech summit that happens in Idaho? Probably yes. You're the only tech conference in Idaho.
The only game in town. And, there's perks, like the city will actually put banners along Main Street because they're so excited about it.
The mayor comes.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
Very cool. Thanks, Charles. Peter.
Hey guys, I'm the CEO at Tune, and I have two partners that are twin brothers and co-founders, and some of the smartest gentlemen I've ever met, and are really at the heart of kind of how Tune came to be. We have a pretty hard focus on innovation and pivoting and moving toward whatever it is our customers are trying to do. That happened for us in 2011 with mobile. Before that, we've been tracking performance campaigns for several years. And we realized we gotta build something totally different for this thing, and mobile has to be the first screen. We're about a 325 person startup now, and I would say what makes us different is we have a very, very strong discipline around customer service. Our customer service team just completely blows me away all the time. We have 98% customer satisfaction ratings. We respond to everyone under an hour and get things done, get things solved, and that's really our goal. And this whole thing, like, you guys are busy, you're working hard, trying to get these campaigns up and running. We're here to help when there are problems. So yeah, that's me.
Cool, thank you so much, Peter. So to kick off the panel, I wanted to step back a little bit and give an industry outlook. And my first question is, I mean, we've been learning a lot about mobile. It's become competitive, it's become we're becoming smarter, we have better tools, but don't you think attribution should have been figured out already? And if that's the case, why do we still have so many attribution partners? Who wants to start with this?
I think the number is healthy. As a good example is the number of founders. They wanted a company. If there's just one, that's difficult. Things can go right. If it's too many hats, we're here to be independent, work across the industry, be a moderator, and provide good technology.
Okay.
I mean, my general idea would be that a lot of the base attribution is kind of solved. Like the fundamental technologies from getting from point A to point B is kind of done. I mean, ultimately, we have to admit the technology that we use fundamentally is pretty much all the same. Mm-hmm. Right? But then once you go past that, and once you start branching out further, then you start seeing that there are different, let's say, philosophies that you can take, different paths that you can think about, certain decisions that you make on your own. So what's not solved is the further like post-install analysis. What's not solved is edge cases. We're still working on things like proper deep linking that really works well, proper reattribution that really works well. This sort of stuff. That's past basic attribution. And that's why, to a degree, I think there's not a monopoly, and that would suck anyway, so there we are.
Yeah.
I think we're working with humans, and so there's not really an absolute. Things are changing very rapidly. The way users are interacting with devices is changing very rapidly. How we think about attribution will always be changing and evolving, but I think the question really goes back to, why are there still multiple CRM systems out there? And providers, it's because we're solving a workflow problem, guys. I mean, certainly, yeah, A plus B equals C, yes, we can tell you the math, but how did you actually get to, spell out that equation in the first place? Like, how did you actually get the campaign up and running, close the loop with your partner, get them the creative, do all this stuff, right? That's why there's so many people hopping in, trying to provide better technologies to solve the workflow.
And is this how you would explain the fact that we're still seeing newcomers in the industry? I mean, we have the most consolidated companies in that vertical right now in our panel, but we're still seeing even the platforms, right? Facebook, Amazon, Google now launching their own tracking. I mean, what do you think is going to happen with these guys, and do they still have room when you've been doing that very well for a long time?
One of the things that I think is really interesting about that, because you've got the platform guys who are all coming in with some kind of solution around attribution. There are certainly newcomers that are coming in, and what's interesting, if you look at their messaging is about, oh, we help you attribute email campaigns. Mm-hmm. Been doing that for years. That's not new, right? That's not a fresh thing, but they're taking it from that approach, and I think that's going to end up happening while the audience, while the advertisers aren't totally clear what their strategy is in terms of the shift that's gone from desktop to mobile. And because the shift has happened so quickly, there's been an opportunity for arguably very small companies to take a lion's share of this marketplace and not have it be the big guys. The big guys thought they had plenty of time to innovate and to respond, but they didn't, and they didn't innovate, and so that's been part of the issue. But you know, why haven't we figured this out? I would do a +1 on Peter's comment that the rules of an I/O are as dynamic as a negotiation of a business dealing. And if we are to be a measurement company that's going to manifest the kind of accountability of those rules, there needs to be dynamism in that platform. Dynamic look-back windows, things like fractional attribution, influence support, things like that. And so we spend our time innovating on that. I know Tune has done a good job at that as well. I know they want us to wrestle a little bit. I don't want to give props.
Yeah, we're fighting with the last one. I'm not sure if I like that.
I will bring the claws back.
As it relates to sort of like, you know, Google Analytics and Facebook Analytics and all of the